All right, what do y'all got?
I've got a question about special teams. You guys gave up a touchdown kickoff return the other day. What happened on that play, and how much can you fix something like that during the course of the week when you don't have that much time?
Well, I mean, we had a breakdown. Is what we had. We had a couple of guys that didn't do their job, and it doesn't take much on a kickoff return. You know, if you got 11 guys out there, the field's spread, and you got to take care of your lane, and you got to get off of blocks. You can't be single block. We had that happened, and they hit a lane, and it's over with after that. So how do we get it? It's just, we make sure everybody understands how important it is. They all know, and they'll get it corrected. We've been good on our kickoff coverage up until that.
Are you guys a little bit younger on that group this year than you have been?
I don't know. I hadn't really looked at it. I mean, we're younger everywhere, so.
Yeah.
Baylor was able to take Daniel Jones out of what he does well better than any team has yet. Did you guys glean something from what they did last weekend?
Yeah, Baylor. I mean, every front you could possibly run, every pressure you could possibly run under the sky. I mean, they did a heck of a job. You know, we're not built that way to be able to do that many things. That's just not who we are. So, yeah, they definitely took him out. And then what Duke was able to do is they were patient. They knew that they were going to hit some things, and they knew Baylor was going to hit them for some things, but they also knew they were going to make some plays, and they did.
What's the most intimidating part or the hardest thing that you guys are going to have to contain about Duke's offense?
Well, I think the thing is that Daniel does a good job running the offense. So I mean, whether it's RPOs, whether it's throwing the ball down the field, or whether it's him running, I mean, he does a tremendous job with that. So that's the thing about a quarterback that can run. I mean, you got to have eyes on him. You know, you can't just be in coverage, and makes it tougher on everybody.
I know that this week it's been the focus is on us. There have been seasons when you guys do come out against Duke and celebrate a rivalry week. Are you excited to see kind of a new generation of Tar Heels play their first Duke game this weekend? Because so many of these guys haven't played much against Duke, or at least haven't started in this game.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. We've got a lot of guys that'll be their first real time of playing against these guys, and so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Every week, I'm excited to see how these guys have improved. You know, how they grow in their unit and how they grow as a football player. Because I've said this before, every rep they get, every real rep they get is valuable, and it's going to make them better football players.
Communication has been the buzzword on defense. You said it was improved last week. Who are you looking for in terms of leadership?
Well, yeah, that's Donnie and MJ. That's Cole Holcomb. I mean, those things go on them. They're the ones that got to do a great job of communicating.
And have you seen that in practice this week?
Oh yeah. They were doing it last week, so I mean, hopefully it'll carry over this week.
Larry, Jim Knowles has been the defensive coordinator ever since you got here. How much of game film prep is what they've done this year versus what they've done against you the last 5 years?
Well, I would say in the last couple of years they're very similar. And they did a good job against us last year. I mean, and they're going to be. I think this is the best defense they put on the field, in my opinion, in the 5 years that I've been here. These guys are playing at a high level. Their pressure execution is really good, and they have a lot of confidence. And I think they're giving up about 12% on third downs. I mean, they're playing really hard and really well, and they got a lot of confidence right now. They got it rolling.
Speaking of defense, they have the #1 rush defense in the league right now. How do you expect Michael Carter and Jordan Brown to play against them?
Well, I expect them to play well. I mean, we've got to do a really good job of being efficient running the football. And they're very disruptive with what they do defensively, and which will get you into some negative yardage plays, and when that does, then you get behind the chains and get into long yardage on third down, which is when they're at their best.
It's only been 3 games, but in what ways has Malik Carney grown in these last 3 weeks?
In the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, just the last 3 weeks. Is there something that's come out?
You saw him at the end of last year. I mean, he was the guy that was always getting pressure, and now he's really confident that he's gonna be able to get to the quarterback. And so, I mean, I would just say his confidence level and his experience. I mean, it's all paid off for him.
How has John Smith adapted to more of that starting middle linebacker role after another week of practice?
I think he's doing a good job. I mean, we threw him in the fire last week. He played well. He didn't play error-free, and we didn't think he would. But hopefully he's going to learn from those mistakes from last week. He's going to get better, but I think he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable.
What mistakes or things you think he needs to improve on the most?
I mean, one, at that position, you're the quarterback of the defense, and so you got to do a great job of communicating. And so, when you're not used to doing that every single day, it's not the easiest thing to do. And so, he'll pick it up. All right, thank y'all.
Thanks, guys.